新世紀エヴァンゲリオン
Okay, let's read stage 33 of Neon Genesis Evangelion. You can see the title here. Practice your katakana really quickly. Aquarium, meaning aquarium, as you can see behind. Presumably this is a young Shinji. Here we see the creepy revelation that we saw in the previous chapter. So let's move on with stage 33. Zoom in here. Here's Misato. Shinji-kun, Shinji, わかってると思うけど, think knowing, but, so like, I think you know this, but, あそこで見たことはすべて忘れて. In that place, as for the things saw in that place, meaning the Shito, すべて忘れて, forget it all. Forget everything you saw there. Hi. Okay. All right. So they're both in the car, and I guess she is saying this to him. And he's saying, like, okay. Forget everything you saw down there. Demo, however, カジさんのことはどうするんですか? But, as for things about Kaji, or as for Kaji-san, what are you going to do? 大人同士のことはよくわからないけど、好きなんでしょ? As for things about adults, 同士. Oh, like fellow adults or like mutual companion adults. As for things about that, I don't understand it well, but like it's liking, isn't it? In other words, you like him, don't you? Suki demo どうしようもないこともあるわ. Even if it's liking or whatever else, non-existing things also there are. ないことも. Okay, that's not going to come up with anything. There are other things that don't exist. So whether it's liking or something else, there are other things that don't matter, I guess. The English went with, even if I do, there are things you can't do anything about. Okay. とにかく, in any case, 忘れて, forget it. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, we see a bunch of things here. This is presumably like first children, second children. And here's the mechs. 巨人のことも, even those giant things, maybe meaning the mechs? No. Or maybe that giant thing, meaning the Shito. カジのことも, even things about Kaji, 何も見なかったことにして. Like, do those things toward being, like, having seen nothing. So, everything you saw, Kaji also, do it towards as though you saw nothing. Okay, they're running some sort of test here or something. どうしたのかしら, Shinji-kun? Like, what is it, or what's wrong, I wonder, Shinji? Oh, these are the plugs. Yeah, so they're running some sort of test, apparently. シンクロ率が極端に落ちてるわ. The synchronization percent is falling like dramatically. Kyokotan? Yeah, extremely. It's falling to the extreme. このところ順調に上がっていったのに、順調 is favorable. So even though, like, this このところ, like lately, このところ, yeah. Even though lately, favorably was increasing. So the synchronization is falling dramatically or extremely, etc. 無理もないわね。無理もない impossible things. 無理もない. Okay, it's understandable, it's natural. 無理もないわね。あんなもの見せられた後じゃ. That's sort of a thing. Like after being shown that sort of a thing, it's understandable, it's natural. Okay, so Katsuragi is thinking like she's wondering why his sync is off or whatever, and she is thinking it's natural, it's understandable after being shown such a thing. Okay. 3人とも上がっていいわ。いや、上がっていいわ。上がっていいわ。上がる typically means to go up or ascend, but it can mean to like finish. Yeah, be finished. So like you three, like finished is good. So like you're done. バシュー. This is the door. どうだ調子は? How is it, the condition? Status? 司令? Commander? お帰りなさい. Welcome back. エヴァ3機とも問題ありません. So the Evas, the Evangelions, the three machines, problems do not exist. So no problems with the three Evas. 先の停電の影響も今のところないようですし. Okay, and the earlier blackouts, 影響, influence, even influences or effects from the earlier blackout, right now, they don't seem to exist. So there doesn't seem to be any influence or effect from the blackout earlier. そうか, I see. ならばいい. If that's the case, that's good. Okay, that's a uniform. 光くん? "どうかしたの? Like, did something happen? は? 元気ないみたいだから. Healthy or energetic don't seem to be because. So because you don't seem to be yourself, you don't seem to be energetic. そうかな? I see, or is that so? そうかもしれない. It probably is that way. That I'm not genki. 綾波の言った通り. So he's saying it's according to what you said, Ayanami. 父さんと話をしてみようと思ったんだけど. With Dad talking, like, thought I would try to speak with Dad, but ダメだった. It was no good. and a very odd pitch black background for it. It was no good. 多分、僕と父さんは二度と話し合うなんてことはないと思う。Probably I and my dad, as for us, a second time talking together or whatever event, as for that, will not happen, I think. So probably I think that me and my dad will not speak to each other again. So, I see. A 二人で仲良くお話し中悪いんだけど. So Asuka butts in and she says, like, the two of you friendly speaking in the middle of sorry, but. So, like, sorry for interrupting your friendly conversation or your buddy conversation. That look. なんだよ. What is it? ちょっとあからさまに嫌な顔しないでよ. Like, wait a minute. This is like a don't make such a bad face. あからさまに. Sama. Oh, open, blatant, flagrant. So wait a minute. Such a flagrant, unabashed, like, sad or bad face. Don't do that. カジさんにちゃんと誤解解いてくれたでしょうね. Okay, so with or to Mr. Kaji, properly, what was Gokai? Misunderstanding? Yeah. Properly, the misunderstanding resolved in the favor of, didn't you? So remember, she had given him a letter. And he could see enough of it through the light to read that he wasn't going to give it to Kaji-san. Tegami, the letter. ちゃんと渡してくれた? Did you properly hand it over? Do the favor of handing it over. Ah, are. Oh, that thing. Hi, here you go. No, he did not. Hayasu, I'm returning it, or will return it. Take it back, whatever. 自分でお渡せよ. Yourself give it, or hand it over yourself. 自分で巻いた真似なんだから. One's own, oops, 巻いた真似? Tane, seed. Your own, with one's own sown seed, because. So this is a seed that you planted. So take it, hand it over yourself. 何よそれ? Like, what? That, like, what are you doing? Why would she have given it to him in the first place? I don't remember. 先に帰る. I'm going back ahead of you. じゃあね. See ya. Shinji? 何その手紙? What is it? That letter? うるさいわね. Shut up. あなたには全然関係ないわよ. As for with you, this has nothing to do with you. Completely no relation with you. All right. Shinji is walking back. Mean. This would be cicadas. Mol Yosol. Okay, so already Yosol. Oh, to cease. Like I should give up already. I should cease already. もうよそう。父さんのことを考えるのは things about dad thinking about. So I should give up already as for thinking about dad or things about dad. Usually the koto is like just an emphasizer. But Zutto nikundeita, all along hated or disliked. Kasa no shinase, allowed mom to die. Boku o suteta, threw me away. Nido to suki ni naru koto wa nai to omotteta. A second time, liking, becoming, as for that, did not think. So I didn't think I would ever like him again. A second time. Demo, anohi, however, that day, or a certain day, no, that day, Tosa ni iwarete eba ni notta hikara, since the day piloting the Eva was told by dad, itsu no manika, that's like somehow or another. Itsu no ma. Yeah, before I knew it, or before I was aware, いつかは父さんに認めてもらいたいと心の隅で願っていた。As for at some point, with or to dad, wanting to receive confirmation, heart in the depths of, or in the shadows of, was wanting. Sumi, I think, is like corner. It can mean ink, but yeah, corner. There we go. Yeah. So it's like before I knew it, at some point, was wishing in the corners or the recesses of my heart, wanting to receive confirmation from my dad at some point. Demo, but, それも, mo, even that thing, or also that thing, meaning wanting to receive confirmation. Already, mo, I think it's kind of interrupted. Is that pafun? Pavan. That's, oh no, it's pan. That's an ah. Pan. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. どうした?ぼんやり歩いてると惹かれるぞ。Okay. So どうした? What's wrong or what's up? ぼんやり is absent-mindedly, dimly, or faintly. So absent-mindedly walking around is hikareru, will be. That's to get run over by a car. Yeah, okay. You're going to get run over walking around absent-mindedly like that. Hiku, we've seen this a couple times in this story for some reason. Hiku is to run someone over with a car or to knock them down. Kaji-san? Mr. Kaji. Kaerun daro? You're going home, right? Okutte kuyo? Like, I'll take you. I'll transport you. Demo, but ha ha ha. そんなに警戒するなよ. He laughs and says, that's sort of a keikai. Vigilance. Don't do it. You don't need to be vigilant like that. So I guess this is Kaji saying but, and then this is Kaji, or sorry, this is Shinji saying but. And then Kaji's interrupting again. You don't have to be that sort of vigilant. いいから乗りなよ. Because it's fine, like, I guess, like, ride. 君と少し話もしたいしね. With you, a little bit of talking also want to do, you know. There's something I want to talk with you about. Okay. This is going to be the last 2 pages for this chapter. Boom. この間のことなら僕誰にも言いませんよ. Okay, so this, if it's this recent thing, this interval thing, if it is, I, to nobody will say anything. I'm not going to say anyone to anybody about what happened recently. この間 is, I think, the other day. Yeah, the other day recently. そうしてもらえるとありがたいな. Doing it that way, if receiving, or if able to receive that way, like thanks. Thanks for doing that. 美里さんにも忘れろって言われました. Was also told by Miss Misato to forget about it. She said, 忘れろ. Forget it. 忘れろと言われたら忘れられるのかい? So even if it said forget about it, is it a forgettable thing? Are you able to forget it? As for me, you know, Shinji-kun, 君があれを見てよかったと思ってるんだ. You, that thing seeing, was glad, I'm thinking. So I think I'm glad that you saw that thing, the Shito. 君にはもっともっと知らなきゃいけないことがたくさんある. Hey, Octopus Bat. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Very nice name. Okay, so as for to you, all the more, must knowing or must being familiar with things, there are many. So there are a lot of other things that you should become familiar with, or you must become familiar with. Okay? 少し寄り道をしようか? 寄り道. Yori normally here means like to visit. What is this? Yorimichi? To dropping in on the way, making a stop out. Okay, so a little bit of a stopover, shall we do? Shall we do a little bit of a stopover? So remember, he's supposed to be taking him home, but here we go. They're stopping at the aquarium, and that is the title of the chapter. So that explains that. Shinji-kun, ネルフについてどれくらいのことを知っている? So, Shinji, things about nerve, to what extent things are you knowing? How familiar are you with nerve as an organization? And that's where we're going to pause. The rest, this is about the halfway point through the chapter, so this is a good pause point. We will finish the rest of the chapter tomorrow. There's a lot of dialogue here in the rest of the chapter, so that's why this is a good stopping point. So we'll pause there, and we'll pick up, we'll finish chapter 33, stage 33, tomorrow.